Greetings, kings and queens. It is human design through the transits of 2023. The gate of collaboration, the army, or the gate of self in interaction. Listen, you don't want to go anywhere because I'm about to drop some gems, some knowledge, some wisdom, and you want to stay tuned to the end. Listen, I have 8 key points that I want to discuss. Number 1, Gate 7. What is it? Number 2, how Gate 7 corresponds to Tiphareth in the Qabalistic Tree of Life. Number 3, how Gate 7 corresponds to the Heart Chakra in the Hindu chakra system. Number 4, our challenge for the week, while we collectively experience this energy. Number 5, journal question. Write them down, think about them, take a walk and meditate on them or discuss them with your friends. Number 6, affirmations to empower us and deepen our faith and trust in ourselves while navigating this energy. Number 7, emotional freedom techniques that helps to break habitual programming that have been placed on us by society's conditioning. Number 8, I've got a surprise for you that you don't want to miss, so stay to the end. Hey, listen, I'm looking for my people. I'm looking for my tribe. I am looking for those like-minded individuals who are on what I'm on. And since you're here and you're joining me right now, that means you're on what I'm on. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future human design exploration study videos. I want you guys to go ahead and grab a blanket, grab some tea or a beverage of your choice, grab your journals and grab your charts. If you don't have your charts, I've listed a couple of websites that you can go and download your charts for free. If you've got your chart in front of you and you're thinking, I don't have Gate 7 in my chart, that is okay. Because while we are transitioning this gate, Gate 7's energy is available to you for about 5 days. Otherwise, if we weren't transitioning this gate, you'd be able to get this gate's energy by coming to someone's aura who has this gate defined. If you're saying to yourself, I have no idea who has this gate defined, the other way you'd be able to do that is to go into a public place like a coffee shop, a gym, a public library, a mall, or a food court, and then you'd possibly be able to come into someone's aura with this gate. I do, however, have this gate defined in my chart, but I do not have the corresponding gate, Gate 31. So since we haven't explored any of the gates in the G Center, we're going to go ahead and get some characteristics of the G Center before we get into Gate 7. So Gate 7 is in our G Center. The G Center is also called the Identity Center or the Soul Seat. This gate is in the Understanding Circuit or the Logic Circuit. It's called the Magnetic Monopole because it sits on one pole, going up and down, while the other centers have channels coming from several directions in its center. It only attracts love and beauty. This center holds the personality. Undefined centers have no fixed personality, but defined centers have a reliable self-identity. So as we mentioned before, Gate 7 is in the Understanding Circuit. The theme here is logic and cool-headedness. It recognizes patterns by analyzing details. Gate 7 collaborates by finding common intent and shared interests. This energy demonstrates good leadership by establishing order and making things clear. This is an influencer energy that gains followers by understanding its role. This is an indirect leadership energy, often seen as the power behind the throne. This means that this is not a public leader or a figurehead. So some examples of this gate's archetypal energy is the Sunny character in the recent movie Air, or Lonnie Frisbee in the recent movie Jesus Revolution, or the yo-yo character played as the hoe in They Clone Tyrone, or the king's hands positions in the series Game of Thrones or House of the Dragons. All those characters led from a position of influence. These people gave their ideas, their knowledge, insight, and advice to the ones who could actually use it to move the people. The behind-the-scenes leader can stand in the position of administrator, line 6, the general, line 5, the abdicator, the 4 line, the anarchist, the 3 line, the democrat, the 2 line, the authoritarian, the 1 line. The lines here refer to your profile. Remember, guys, this is a projector gate. So usually the behind-the-scenes leader is chosen by being seen doing their own thing, by living their lives on their own terms, by their own set of values. This is not a dominating energy. This is a serving energy. They serve the greater good by not making it about them, but by being the catalyst to change, by showing others a new way, by showing people how to follow their own individual paths. You have to be a great leader to be a guide. You listen to what people need, and then you listen to your heart. They listen to their hearts rather than to their minds. By having compassion and empathy, the understanding circuit. Remember when I said in the previous video that empathy and compassion requires understanding? Understanding is a logical heart response. This energy guides people out of the victim frequency and stops them from giving their power away. This energy puts the collective's needs before their own. So listen, I am not an expert by any means. I am an initiate just like y'all. So while y'all are studying with me, I'm studying with y'all. So if any part of this human design study resonates with you, I want you to let me know down in the comments. Give me a praying hand or a thumbs up. Just let me know that you're here. So let's now talk about Tiphareth. In the Qabalistic tree of life, our corresponding Sephiroth is Tiphareth. It is the 3rd sphere from the bottom, starting with Malkuth, on the middle pillar of mildness, the sphere in which all paths must cross. So Tiphareth represents God the Father, or the sun behind the sun. Tiphareth's gift is beauty. Its vice is pride or ego. As long as you are self-centered, you cannot be made one with all things. The energy theme of this sphere is, let him who be the greatest among you be the servant of all. For whosoever save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life shall find it. Matthew 16:25. Sacrifice does not mean losing something that you cherish. It means the transforming of force from one thing to another. It is directed by will, or in other words, choice. If it's not choice, then it's not love. Tiphareth is the principle that when the individual person improves in some way, that improvement works to the entire benefit of the human race. The tarot cards that represent Tiphareth are the 6s of the court cards. The characteristic of the 6s is success that results from effort. The 6 of Wands, success and possibly warm relationships, some drama to the extent of victory after a huge amount of effort, victory after strife. This is Leo in Absolute. The 6 of Cups says victory after effort, the beginning of pleasure. Scorpio in Bria. The 6 of Swords says Lord of earned success, success after anxiety and trouble. Aquarius in Yetzirah. The Six of Pentacles, or the Six of Coins, says, Lord of material success, hard work, success in business or other worldly areas. Taurus and Nicaea, Malkuth, the material world. Tiphareth tarot cards also include the princes. So the princes represents the coming or going of an event or a person. They are always seen on a chariot being drawn by a certain beast. This means that they have no motive or power on their own. They may be taken in any direction by divine will. Right? They are the aspects of the personality. They are very complex cards, but broken down in simplicity as such. The Prince of Wands, heir of fire, drawn by the Lion of Leo, may be applied with justice or cruelty. The Prince of Cups, heir of water, drawn across the water by an eagle, may be subtle or artistic. The Prince of Swords, heir of air, drawn by winged children. Ideas may be creative or destructive. The Prince of Pentacles, or Coins, heir of earth, drawn by Taurus the bull, may cause growth for good or evil. So now we're going to break down the corresponding chakra, which is the heart chakra or the Anahata chakra. It is the mediator between the world and matter. Just as in Tiphareth, the sixth sephira of the tree of life, it is the balance point between where all paths must cross. This love is not dependent on others. So this is not the tribal love of the root chakra, Malkuth, or the root center, or the sexual love of the sacral chakra, the solar plexus center, or the Sephira Yesod. It is a state of being, constant and enduring, regardless of the outside world, as ethereal as the air. So the animal archetype is the antelope, someone in love, wide eyes and restless wandering, pounding with joy. Unconditional love means you've done nothing to deserve it, right? It is what it is. It just is. Compassion, empathy here again, and understanding. To stand in someone else's shoes, a forgiveness before you transgressed, a way for pardon already prepared. So when this chakra is too open, it leads to possessiveness, love with conditions, overly dramatic, withholds emotions as a way to punish the object of your affection. This chakra, when blocked, leads to fear and rejection. It loves too much, a feeling of unworthiness to receive love, and self-pity. When this chakra is balanced, though, compassion, unconditional love, a nurturing, like a mother, and when lovemaking with the lover, the object of the affection, it desires a spiritual experience. The Anahata is the sound made without two things striking. It means unstruck. Located in the center of the chest, the six-pointed star, encircled by a 12-petaled lotus flower, the color green and pink. It is an air element of the ruling planet Venus. This chakra exposes our greatest fears of love through our relationships. We learn to love ourselves as well as others, admirable side and dark side. The negative archetype of this chakra is the performer. This individual masks wounds by acting and pretending, staging love, a theoretical or mind activity rather than a heart one. This person searches for love outside of themselves, hoping to heal their wounds through them, all the while fearing betrayal, and therefore sabotages the love they seek and real happiness with someone. They then also love too much by trying to possess someone, which creates jealousy and emotional instability. We think these strong feelings and toxic attitudes are love, when in fact, they are our own deep fears of betrayal and hurt that can only be healed from within. The positive archetype of this chakra is the lovers. These are magnetic individuals who love themselves unconditionally. They are radiating with an illuminative, irresistible, positive attractiveness to them. They are generous and free-spirited. They are in touch and in control of their emotions and take a light approach to relationships. Physical dysfunctions of this chakra present as shallow breathing, high blood pressure, heart disease, and cancer. Associated body parts of this chakra: heart, chest, lung, circulation, and the thymus gland. Associated senses is touch. The sacramental association is marriage. Associated foods are vegetables such as greens. The main issue of this chakra is personal power and will. The goal of this chakra is balance, compassion, and self-acceptance. The life lessons of this chakra is beliefs about goals and relationships. In meditation, set up your altar with the colors green and pink. Use incense and oil such as rose, bergamot, melissa. Use crystals such as watermelon, tourmaline, rose quartz, emerald, green calcite, jade, azurite, aventurine quartz, malachite, and moonstone. A good yoga pose to use here would be the locust pose. This pose can be done alone. The heart connection pose can be done with a partner. So our challenge for this week is to understand the need to be in front and to allow yourself to serve through building teams, collaborating, and influencing the figurehead leadership. To be at peace with serving the leader through support and collaboration. To recognize that the voice of the leader is only as strong and powerful as the support he or she receives. So right here are our general questions. What are my gifts and strengths? How do I use those gifts to influence and to lead others? How do I feel about not being the figurehead of leadership? What happens when I only support leadership? Do I still feel powerful and influential? Make a list of the times when your influence has positively directed leadership. Right here are our affirmations, guys. Am I an agent of peace, the direction and organization of leadership? I unify people around ideas. I influence my own wisdom, my knowledge, and my connections. I am a team builder, a collaborator, and I organize people in ways that empower them and support them in creating a collective direction rooted in compassion. The emotional freedom technique setup goes like this. Even though I feel confused and conflicted about what to do, I trust the divine flow and let the universe show me the right thing to do at the right time. And I deeply and completely trust and accept myself. Now we've gotten to our bonus. And our bonus is that Earth is transiting gate 13, which is narrative. Take some time this week to really listen to the story you're telling about who you are. Is it big enough? Are you taking control of your own story Or are you allowing the past to define who you are? If you were going to rewrite your story, what would you say about yourself? How can you make your personal narrative truer to who you really are? Guys, let's remember to treat our bodies well. If we take care of our bodies will take care of us. Let's eat well, drink 8 glasses of water every single day, meditate and journal at least once a day, morning upon waking or at night before you go to bed. Let's exercise at least twice a week. Listen, you could have chosen to do anything in the world, be anywhere in the world. You could have spent your time doing anything else, but you chose to spend your time with me. And believe me, that doesn't go unnoticed. And for that, I thank you. Remember to do your own thing. Remember to be your authentic selves. And for those of you who are doing your own thing and who are being your authentic selves, thank you for being you. Peace.